Good evening, friends. Here's a video I was talking about a couple days ago about getting out. This one here, I'm going to explain how to fill out the 1099 OID, the 1096, and the 1040V. I've got some mock-ups here to break this down and explain them to you. But look, when you order these forms, they're going to come with if you order OIDs, they're going to send you instructions. Okay, it would behoove you to read these. There's very few instructions, and it tells you who's supposed to do it and who's not. This one, for instance, is super thin, and it's two of them. It's the 1099, the INT, and the OID. So you're only going to read about half of this. And then, like when you get the 1096, it's a little bit thicker of a book. It's a little bit thicker, but it's got a bunch of them, right? So all you're going to really be looking at is your 1096. Okay, so take the time to read these, folks. You're going to glean stuff out of them that's going to be beneficial when you go to write these, when you go to fill them out. The 1099 OID looks like this. It looks a lot like the 1099A. Okay? This is a scannable document. You have to order these and fill these out. You don't have to sign the back of the red one. That's all. This is all going to happen. The A is already assigned. That's acting like a check. So that's what that one looks like. And this one here is, a lot of you already got these, the 1096. Okay. The reason you're going to do these is this is how it works to get the money from the Treasury. The 1099A, I know a lot of people say, well, why would you use acquisition and abandonment as secured property? Because it really says acquisition or abandonment of secured property. That means it's used for both of those types of things. And what you're doing is you're acquiring property or security from your trust. It's the acquisition part of the 1099A that you're using. And then these all fall together. You're going to use the 1099A, you're going to take that from the, say if you're the dealer, you're going to get the 1099A from the beneficiary. You're also going to fill out these other forms, and I'm going to explain these to you right now. When you're filling out the 1099 OID, it's going to have some fields in it to fill out. See, I got this one filled out, and you can screenshot it or whatever. But up in the top, up here in the top left-hand corner, it's the Treasury. See, it's the United States Treasury, 1111. Okay, and then right down below that, you're going to have the Treasury's FIN number, the Federal Identification Number. And then right next to that, it's going to be the dealer's EIN number. Okay? And then you're going to have the dealer's name, the dealer's address. This one here I've written out if you want to explain this to a dealer. But just substitute yourself if you're going to use this. Say as the trustee, someone else is a beneficiary and they hand you a 1099A. You're going to substitute yourself in place of the dealer, okay? I just put dealer in there because everybody seems like they want to try and get cars with the 1099A. This is how you're going to explain this to the dealers, okay? They'll fill out this. They'll put in all this information, right? And then you're going to get down here all the way at the bottom. That's the purchase order. Okay? That's going to be the purchase order where it says account number, purchase order or account number. With a dealership, it's going to be a car. The purchase order for a car. The account number is going to be, if you're acting as a trustee and you have, like, say, a company, and you want to, you're doing some work for the beneficiary. The beneficiary wants to pay you in a 1099-A. Well, you're going to give him you're going to create an account number for that customer or that beneficiary. You'd put that account number in down there. Okay? Now, up here at the top, you got purchase order. Okay? That's the purchase order again. And it's the amount. What is the amount on the purchase order? Okay? Now, we're going to go over the numbers that say the dealer is going to do. Or if you're going to charge somebody to build them a porch on their house, a deck on their house, the purchase order is going to be that. That's how much you're charging the customer. And then you're going to have all these other blocks. Well, there's the calendar year, 22. Then you're going to have all these other blocks or boxes. You're going to put 0 in there. $0.00. And I'm gonna explain that, right? It says federal income taxes withheld in box 4, for instance. Okay? You don't pay taxes, remember? The trust is responsible for the taxes. So, you're not paying any taxes. There's nothing to withhold. There's also acquisition, early withdrawal penalties, market discount, and acquisition premiums. Those will all be 0. Okay? And then you get down here in the box, it says original issue discount, United States Treasury obligation. Oh, I kind of messed that one up. That's going to be the price of whatever. I put $0.00, but that's going to be the price of whatever the car is, or it's the obligation that the original discount or the OID is going to be talking about. Okay, and then there's bond premium, tax exempt OID. See there, $0.00. State taxes withheld, $0.00, because you're not a taxpayer. Remember that. You're the beneficiary. You're not responsible for the taxes. The trust is. Now, if they want to charge taxes to the trust, go ahead. Who cares? Take the money from the tax money from the trust if you need it. But you are not a taxpayer. That's the OID, folks, and it's pretty simple. Pretty simple to fill out, just like the A is. And I'm hoping that through all this, you'll get a firm grasp of what it is when you go to explain this to these dealers. Well, this is how you're going to fill out the OID. And this is how because they're going to say, how you get the money? Well, this is how. You're going to fill out the OID. Here it is. This is what it looks like. You can even take an example, fill one out, photocopy it, your OID that you have, and your 96, and fill it in for them, you know. Just as an example, say, look, this is how you can do it. Do it like this. And explain it to them. And then you're going to have the 1096. And it's pretty self-explanatory, too. You got the business name and the business address, okay? And then you've got the contact name, right? The contact name at the dealership. Or if you're the one charging the beneficiary and you're accepting the 1099, that's going to be your name, your contact name. It's going to have your email address or the dealer's email address. And then it's going to have the dealer's EIN. Or if it was you and you got a TIN number, a tax identification number, you'd put that number in there, or your Social Security number, or the Social Security number to the trust. Right? And you leave that blank. The Social Security number. Then you got the dealer's phone, dealer's fax. And total number on the forms. See there, total number on the forms? 2. Okay, that's if the 2 X's. You got an X here and an X there. Those are the forms that you're going to send with this 1099-A. Okay? And then it's got total amount reported with this form on the 1096. I put to be determined because that's going to be the price of the car. Okay, if you're buying a car at a dealership, that's the price that's going to go in there. That should be the same price that's on the 1099-A. Okay, or if it's you're doing work for someone and you're accepting a 1099-A in lieu of a payment for the job that you're doing, you put that in there. And then you check the boxes 1099-A and 1099 OID because they're the ones going with this form. And then you're going to sign it here. Put beneficiary here. And then the date. Now you say, well, why would you put beneficiary? Because this is you acting as the trustee, but you are the beneficiary of the funds that are going to come from the Treasury. Okay? And from that, you go on to the 1040V. Now this 1040V, folks, is the one when we did the lien securities, okay? Don't get confused, okay? Because these are for us and how we did the lien securities after the conditional acceptance and the contract to the Treasury. So here's one of my 1096s from 2014, okay? And this one here we sent in with all the lien securities, total number of forms, right? Here's the $48 million and $48 million, and see, we put our names in it right here, right? That would be if I was going to do work for somebody, right? I would fill it out like that. See, I got the human name and my address, you know, and it says right here, the name of contact. See, that's the human name. If you're doing work for somebody or you're accepting a 1099-A for somebody, you're going to fill it out in your human name. Why? Because you're going to be the beneficiary of the money. For instance, we were the beneficiaries of the $48 million. Okay, so but don't get confused. This is what we did with the Treasury with the lien securities that we did after the conditional acceptance as part of the contract that you'll send off to the Secretary of the United States Treasury. But I just wanted to show you that. See, there's a difference, man. There's even a difference in these two forms from 2021 and 2014. And you'll notice when you get a real good close look at it, that see, like for instance, OID is up here in the corner on this one, where in this one, the 2021, it's right here. So this document's changed from 2014 but they're basically the same. So now I'm going to show you the 1040V. Now this is a 1040V that I filed. I didn't have any new ones here, so I'm just using the old one that I filed from when I did the lien securities, and it looks like this. Okay. That's the 1040V. Now, on the 1040V, you'll put the Social Security. I got mine blocked out right here. But you'll put the Social Security number. But if this was like a dealer, right, you'd put the EIN number. the dealership's EIN number. And then down here you put the name of the dealership, where mine's Christopher Hauser. If it's a car, the dealership's going to put his name in, their name right here, the name of the dealership. And then it's going to be the address of the dealership. Over here is the same thing. And right up here will be where it says last name. A dealership's just going to put their name in here, the dealership's name in there. There's no last name on the dealership, so you're just going to put it all right here on the first line. Okay? And this is basically really simple. And then up here it'll be like the price of the car. Or the work that you're going to do for the person, or whatever the deal might be. If it's insurance, auto insurance, right? They're going to put up the, you know, if you guys settle on $70,000, you put $70,000 in here. So the pay voucher is really easy to do. They're all really easy to do, but if you understand these, you'll be able to explain these to the people that you're, the mortgage company or the dealership, or if you're wanting to explain this to someone on the side of the road. Hey man, I hit you, man. It's my fault. You know, would you take the $100,000 to settle right now? Okay, well let me explain to you how you're going to do this. I'm going to fill out this form and give it to you. You're going to fill out these forms, and then you're going to put them all in a nice little envelope, file them with the file them to the Treasury at 1111 Constitutional Avenue. Okay. Also, y'all feel free, man. If you go over this video and you look at these documents and you learn how to fill them out, when you go into these dealerships and talk to these dealers, explain to them how you're doing it. If they don't get it, if they have a hard time getting it, forward this video to them, and I'll explain this. And then if they have any questions, they can hit it up and comment or whatever they need to do to get a hold of me or whatever. But I don't think it's going to be that hard. There's a lot of questions. Some dealers have had the questions. They were uncertain of how to file or how to fill out these forms. And that seems to be the problem with the ones that are willing to do this. There's how do we fill out this portion of the form? What do we put in here? What do we put in there? That seems to be the problem that people are having with this. But look, y'all, I may have shot over this a little quick. Watch it a few times, but it's really not hard. All you're doing is filling in the fields. You figure this out. You may even be able to explain it easier to these dealers, you know, finance guys or whatever. A lot of them seem to want to brush it off because they don't realize what it is that you're trying to do. And if you go in there and you don't know, you can't explain this to them, well, they're going to, how serious are they going to take you if you don't even understand what you're talking about? Get your head wrapped around it. Get these forms and look at them. The only one that you need to get from the IRS is the 1099 OID. The rest of these you can print this off the internet. It's not scannable. The 1040Vs, print them off. You can make as many of those as you want. And learn how to do this. Look at these forms and say, look, okay, this is what I got to do. If I got to do this 1099A, and I put it with this OID and this 96 and this 1040V, if I know how to file all these, put all these together in a packet, that's all you're doing. And then mailing them off, waiting for the check to come. But do that. Look at the forms. Figure out how what numbers you got to fill in and what information you got to put into where, and order them. And then you get these little instruction manuals that come with it. If you order 1096 from the IRS, they're going to send you one of these little packets just for that one form. They're not hard to fill out, folks. They're pretty easy to understand. So that's pretty much it. Feel free to get any questions. Feel free to put them in the comments. I try to get at them whenever I can. But that's pretty much it, folks. Y'all have a blessed night. Peace now.